Hi YouTube, it's Angel from Angel Skye TV, and today I have my guest star, Aaliyah, my daughter. We are going to show you how to make waffles. So the first thing we use for our waffles is Kamut, sprouted Kamut flour. You can also use Kamut flour that isn't sprouted. We just prefer the sprouted. You can also use sprouted spelt flour. You could actually use any flour for these, but we choose the sprouted Kamut. So we take about 2 cups. I'm going to get Aaliyah to help me. So you can hold the cup and I'll pour it in. So two heaping cups of flour. There you go. So what's the difference between sprouted Kamut and Kamut? It's just a little bit more alive, I guess. Or that's what they claim. So let me just see what it says here. Flour made from sprouted grain has been from a living plant, not the seed. So there you go. So we have the 2 cups of flour, 2 heaping cups, and then I use flaxseed, whole flaxseed. I put it in our blender cup, and I put about a 1/4 cup. Because we don't use any eggs in our waffles, do we, Aaliyah?
Nope.
No eggs. So our egg replacers are banana, flax, and what do we got here, Aaliyah? What's this?
Applesauce.
Applesauce. So we use 1 whole thing of applesauce. So first things first, we're going to use our flax. So maybe that's more like almost a 1/2 cup. I don't know. I just put that much. Let me just actually measure it so that you can get a good recipe happening here. Yeah, it's a little bit shy of a 1/2 cup. So between a 1/4 and a 1/2 cup. Then I blend it up with our Ninja blender. Aaliyah's pointing to it. You can't see her hand, but she's pointing to the blender here. So close your ears. And then we have our blended up flax. So then what I do is I put almond milk right on top of this because we use almond milk or coconut milk. Do you want to get the almond milk? Okay, go ahead, go get it. I take my banana, open it up, put it in with the flax. I take my applesauce. Do you want to show everybody what type of almond milk?
Yeah.
So let's pick it up. We have our silk almond milk. As I mentioned in my smoothie video, it doesn't have caregeenan in it. So that's a really important thing to avoid caregeenan. I normally use coconut milk that I make myself, which I will make a video of how to make coconut milk. So I put my applesauce, my banana, right on top of the flax that I've just blended up. You can buy flax that's already pre-blended, but I don't recommend doing that. I recommend blending it yourself, and you can also blend it up in a coffee grinder. So take the almond milk, fill it to the fill line, and then stop, and we'll put it back on the blender. This is the wet part of the waffle. Okay, so it's what keeps the waffle together. Okay, so that's all blended up. Now, we'll go back to the dry portion. We need sugar. Where is the sugar? So, we don't need to add a lot of sugar because the banana and the applesauce are actually sweet. A little bit of sweeteners. Oh, I forgot one thing. I'm going to open the wet banana, applesauce, flax up.
And dates.
Add dates. Yes, I forgot to add dates because what do the dates do, Aaliyah? Make it sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah. make it sweet. So I'm adding about 5 dates and some date water. I've soaked dates overnight. I'll show you a bowl of them. My husband is on a banana date diet, so he uses quite a few dates in his smoothies. So I've added about 5 and about 4 spoons of the date water. The date water is distilled water, and it's just from soaking them overnight. Okay, so put that spoon down. So we'll put it back on the blender. If I don't have dates, it's okay. Like, you don't need the dates, but it makes it really sweet.
We got different signal.
Yeah. Okay, and then we add some sugar to the dry flour. So we're using today coconut palm sugar. I would avoid using white sugar just because it's not good for you at all. I'd never use it. I've also used cane sugar. I use less than 1/2 cup of sugar because, again, we have so much sweetener with the banana, the applesauce, the dates. So about 1/4 cup of sugar. And what else are we going to add? What's this? Baking soda.
Baking powder.
Baking powder. Yeah, you're right, Aaliyah. Whoops. So this is baking powder. This particular Bob's Red Mill baking powder doesn't have aluminum in it. So that's, aluminum is in most baking powders, so you should really avoid a baking powder that has aluminum. Now, that's your spoon. We forgot something. What do we do when we're making waffles?
Waffles and love kisses.
Mwah. Where's Mommy's kiss? Mwah. Okay. That's always an important aspect of making waffles. Hugs and kisses. Puts lots of love in the waffles. Okay, so I put about 1 to 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now Leah's gonna mix up the dry mix. So we have our flour, our coconut palm sugar, and our baking powder. Then I'm gonna add the wet portion to the dry portion. Okay. And there's a bunch of stuff still left in the cup. So I'm going to add more almond milk to that. And then I'm going to put it back on the blender. I'm going to rinse it off so that it doesn't make a mess of my blender. Okay. All right, so here we go. And we're just cleaning the cup. We're getting all of the goods off the cup with the extra almond milk. I have a little bit of a mess in my blender, which I better clean up before my husband sees it because he loves his blender. All right, so we're gonna mix it up. I'm gonna mix with a fork. And what are you mixing with?
A spoon.
A spoon.
And whose spoon is this?
Oh, that was just for the baking powder. Do you want to get the waffle machine?
After we're done stirring.
Oh, and then I usually add a little bit of either ghee or oil, coconut oil. Today I have vegetable oil, which, sunflower oil, which, you know, whatever. I use less than 1/4 cup. It's just a tiny bit. But I like to use ghee. I'm actually haven't been using ghee for a while because I just don't use any dairy products anymore. And so coconut oil would be fine. You melt it, put it in about 1/4 cup. So we're just mixing it up. And then I'm gonna get the waffle machine to start heating up our waffle machine. We just have a simple waffle machine. I think this was 20 bucks, and it literally has lasted for probably 3 years of making waffles 2 to 3 times a week. It's a Belgian waffle maker.
Chaos.
Chaos is our dog. He's on the floor. He's helping too, right?
Yes. He's helping.
He's helping pick up anything that falls on the floor. So that's it. I mean, we mixed it up. We're going to put it in the waffle machine once the waffle machine heats up. And it's a little bit dry, so I just add a tiny bit more almond milk. Like, I'll just make it the mixture so it's not too runny. But if you do make it runny, say by accident you added too much almond milk, you can make pancakes. There's no right or wrong here, you know. I find pancakes need to be a little bit more runny so that they're not thick, and then the waffles need to be a little bit thicker. So I'll show you the consistency right now that I have. Raise up the bowl. So it's a little bit, you know, sticky, not too runny. It's not too bad. So this is usually the way I like it. Makes the waffles nice and they're not too soft and they're not too hard. So we'll just make sure we get it all whipped up. The blender works great, so you don't really have to worry about too many chunks of banana. If your blender doesn't really make the the wet portion too smooth, it's okay, because some people like to taste chunks of banana in their waffles. You can add more fruit to this. Like, you can add blueberries, you can add strawberries, you can add cinnamon, you can add apples if you want, although I've never tried it with apples. That might be good too. So I'm gonna press pause. I'm gonna cook the waffle, and then when it's done, I'm gonna press unpause so that you can see what the waffle looks like. Be right back. Hi guys, we're back. So we're just waiting another few seconds for our waffle to be ready. And what do we normally do when we wait for our waffles?
Waffle hugs and waffle kisses.
Exactly. Okay, so we're all ready. Waffle hugs and waffle kisses. Very important. So this is our waffle. Whew, it's really hot. Our Belgian waffle. And even though it doesn't have any eggs, do you see it falling apart? No. So you don't need eggs to bake. And you can put coconut oil, butter, ghee, whatever you prefer. Ghee, by the way, is clarified butter for those of you that don't know. Maple syrup, that will be really good on it. You can serve it with some fruit. I'm going to have my morning smoothie with it. Whatever you like. So that concludes our waffle making video.
Fluffies!
Thank you to Aaliyah, who was a great help. And she's already eating her waffle. And I hope you have a great day. And if you have any questions, just post them in the column below. Okay, bye.